Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Goddess Quito. You can call me Quito. Either one would do. But the Lord put in my spirit to share this dream that I had and a couple of visions that I had too behind the dreams. There was a dream at first, and then I had a couple of visions. I had 3 or 4 visions after the dream. And what God is confirming now, the dream that I had is what's coming in the future. So in the dreams that I had, the earth was like really green. It was trees. It was just so much trees everywhere. In every state that I traveled, everywhere that I went, it was nothing but trees and greenery and like gardens. And it was just so beautiful. The world was so beautiful and it was calm. And like almost every day, like I seen rainbows, like almost everywhere that I went, every day, and without the rain. And I seen rainbows. I think that the rainbows was symbolic for something. So let me just finish telling the rest of the dream. So sorry about the noise in the background. I'm in a big city, so noise is everywhere. So in the dream, yeah, I saw rainbows everywhere, which I think is symbolic, but I don't know. I'm making a video. Can you please go? Thank you. So I think the rainbows are symbolic in a dream. I don't know for sure, but God just told me to share it with you guys. So I went to doctor's appointments and everything, and the people even looked different. Like when I went to doctor's appointments, I saw a lot of my color skin. Like everywhere I went, I saw people with my color skin, like either darker or lighter than me. But I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't see any white people, none. And I'm not saying he's going to destroy the white people. I'm just simply sharing my dream and visions. But in these dreams and visions, these people, you know how we have these set features like nose, but like their heads were bigger, like longer. And everybody knew it was normal. It was like normal. It was just seemed so normal. But in the dream, I noticed like their heads were longer and bigger. It's just like it was other entities from other planets, but they were benevolent spirits. You get what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no bad aura or anything like that. It wasn't anything like that. Excuse me, I'm making a video. I told you that before. So it wasn't no bad aura, no bad vibe, and they were just simply going for a checkup. And I'm like, God, in the dream, I didn't know what the heck I was seeing, but God just dawned on me as I'm reading a particular book that the book coincided with my dream. I'm like, I have never read this book before. So how am I dreaming about a book that I never read before? But it's showing me details of what I had in the dream. So, like I said, you could go to it was a store like Walmart, but it wasn't called Walmart. But behind the store, it was fields and rows of like garden greeneries and lettuce, tomatoes, things like that. And you can go behind the store instead of going in the store to purchase it. You could just go behind the store and pick out your vegetables, anything that you wanted that was fresh. They had it. It was a lot of just like mountains and greenery and stuff. Even every state that I went to was so beautiful like that. And I in a dream, I just kept traveling and traveling and traveling. And I'm like, God, where you want me to stop? And he literally let me stop in every state. And it was just so beautiful. I'm just like, oh my God, like, when do we get to this? Like in a dream, this is what I'm feeling like. Why are we not living like this now? Like, that's what I'm thinking, like in my subconscious in the dream. And so as I'm driving and riding, it's just like everywhere it was like there was no wrecks. People were still driving cars, but there was no wrecks. There were still like businesses and stuff, but it just wasn't. You see how we rushed to do everything? Everything was so harmonized and it was so organized and it was so beautiful. And the people that I seen that really had like mental disorders and stuff, it wasn't spirit showed me that it wasn't really a mental disorder. Even the people in the dream knew exactly what to do for the person because something had happened to the person, and it was to the where our psychiatrist, because I don't even know how to put it together for you to put it in words right now. God is giving it to me as I'm talking to you guys. The psychiatrist was in the dream. They were spiritual. So imagine a psychiatrist that's spiritual. They know the mundane thing to do for you, and they know the spiritual thing to do for you, which is brilliant. And so in the dream, that's what was going on. They would go back there. People was having disorders and stuff, and they would go back there, and when they come out, they're back to normal. And I'm like, God, is this heaven? Is this the heaven? Is this heaven on earth? And that's what I'm saying. But he never answered me in the dream. He never answered me. And the more I talked to God in the dreams and vision, he never answered me. So I'm like, okay, cool. So once I go to another state, I see different people with different features. Like normal humans have like a normal subconscious circumference of a head. Like it's between a certain centimeter and a certain centimeter. If anything bigger or smaller, then it's a deficiency. But in this world, it wasn't deficiency. We understood that it was like different species. But I'm trying to see. It was people that was darker, way darker than me, and way lighter than me. But it was not no like white people. If you hear what I'm saying, I'm not saying God destroying white people. That's not what I'm saying. Just what the dream I'm having. So don't get twisted. So, and then in the vision I had, after the vision that I had a vision about another store, about other things, and these visions. The dreams and the visions were you guys were so harmonized, were so peaceful. Even the people who had like these big personalities, they were more understood, and a lot of them were teachers, and they were just sitting around teaching the kids like over campfires and stuff. A lot of things were done in nature and not like in a business setting. The business, it did have like a small branch, like a small building where you just do the paperwork and stuff, but the business wasn't huge and it didn't take over stuff. When they had a business and stuff like that, they took it outside, and a lot of stuff was done in nature versus like these huge buildings that we have. It wasn't done like that. And the humans were more humane in the way that they treated people. And it was just so beautiful, guys. I get so nervous and so like worked up with talking about it, because if you could be in a dream, you would be like, oh. It was just like that feeling like, oh my God, like a breath of fresh air. When we go out in this world, we have crystals in our bras, or bracelets. We didn't have to do any of that in the dream. It was none of that in the dream. All those things was used to build like tables and to build stuff. It wasn't really utilized for protection, because in the dream we didn't need that protection, because it was like harmony. It was like heaven, literally heaven on earth, you guys. It really was. It's so beautiful that all I can say, it was like paradise. If you ever can picture paradise, I know most people would picture paradise as like these beautiful trees, it's fruits everywhere. Imagine it. Imagine going somewhere and not have to wait. Imagine going somewhere and somebody's like, hey, Shaquita, I see you. Hey, I know you need this. Imagine somebody going somewhere and we're so connected and so psychic to like, oh, I know you needed this, but yet you get your privacy too. But it's like, oh, hey, I recognize you. And it's not like, oh, you're here. Check in. Imagine that energy shifting every time you go somewhere, that you're in peace and harmony. Things wasn't like really perfect, like perfect, but it was so organized. It was so in harmony. And that's all I can say is harm. That's how it felt like it was like a rhythm, like okay, and it wasn't like a boom 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 fast rhythm. It was like okay, and everything moved at a pace where it's like the universe frequency matched whatever you needed. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain it the best way I knew how. But it was just like when I went in there and when I seen other people getting seen by the doctor, they were so loving with them. They was just like, oh, okay, you need this and you need that. It wasn't like, oh, you check in and this and that. It was just like perfect match for what you needed. Like if you needed something, boom, it's there. It's not like you wait a million years or 10 months to get an appointment, or however long it takes most people to get an appointment. It was nothing like that. It's like you walk in, you get what you need, boom, and as soon as you leave, you was healed. You didn't have to wait to take all this medicine. It wasn't medicine that I didn't see any medicine. I saw fruits, vegetables. I saw people like actually going in the back with the doctors. I didn't see actually what the psychic or the doctor did. But the person that came out, you could tell they was distraught when they came in. But when they came out, the person was cool, collected, and they were smiling. They were happy. And that's what I seen, you guys. I had visions of this, and I had visions of and dreams of this. And I'm like, God, why are you showing me this? Is this heaven on earth? It's heaven on earth. And God never answered me. He never answered me. And that's been 5-6 years ago. And now I'm just now reading it in the book that I have never read until now. The book wasn't even out then when I had the dream. So I'm just like, I know it's like synchronicity. I know that I think God didn't answer me because he knew that my soul already knew what it was. He already knew what it was. So yeah, you guys, my phone is about to go dead. Peace, love, and light. Bye.